Wouldn't you want to live in a city that has a statue of a merman in its harbor? Hey guys, DT here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of SimCity BuildIt that was sponsored by EA. In this episode, we are going to be talking about club wars that are now live. So many of you have told me in the last episode that you already play SimCity BuildIt, and I thought that I was gonna bring you something brand new, you little nerds, but hey, you were there ahead of me. Well, a lot of you were. So today we are going to check out all of the disasters and I'm going to tell you all about the war. So there are a few things you need to know about club wars. So first of all, there is a preparation stage that lasts 12 hours. Now, when we were doing this with my fellow YouTubers at EA's headquarters, we actually had a lot less time. So what you're gonna see here is being recorded on developers build and it's basically condensed, but you will have 12 hours to prepare for the war, and this is the time when you gotta go out there and get as many resources as possible, get all of your factories to work, get all of your nano factories to work. However far advanced you are in the game, get those resources ready, because when you are going to be getting attacked, you will need the resources to actually rebuild. When your city gets attacked too many times, the protective shield activates, so do not worry, you're not gonna keep on getting hit, and none of your citizens are going to be hurt. They are going to be absolutely fine. So let's go ahead and start looking into some details. You probably just saw on the screen me starting to produce certain materials. Now you need materials for each one of the disasters, and that is why again you have 12 hours to prepare, and you are going to need particular materials for every one of the disasters. At the moment there are 12 disasters, and they are all very, very unique. We are going to be taking a look at all of them in a second, but here is a little bit of a preview. You just saw a tentacle vortex, not in Kansas, which is basically a twister, and it just, you know, swallows the building whole, and all of them are really, really unique spiders. How many of you are afraid of spiders? I'm not. I actually love spiders very much. I can never kill them when they're in my house because I think they're kind of adorable. Am I weird? I don't know, but I can't do it, guys. Okay, so I'm going to show off all of these to you. Well, so you're probably going to ask me, DT, how do I start the war? In order for you to start the war, either a club president or a mayor or somebody more senior in your club has to initiate it. Now, once you initiate it, you go into the preparation stage, which lasts 12 hours. During that stage, you're going to get ready. Now, the war itself lasts 36 hours. Now, here is the kicker. During first 32 hours, you regenerate 1 point every 15 minutes. During last 2 hours of the war, you regenerate 1 point of energy every 5 minutes. This is just to let you have, most ability to deal as much damage as possible, to get as many points as possible, and you can discuss the plan too in the chat, which is available to you within the club wars. Now guys, let's go ahead and check out all of the disasters, and we're going to see them in all of their glory. You will be able to watch the war log once the war is live, and you'll be able to see who is dropping who on what basis, and you're basically also going to be able to get a cool look at the visuals of all of those. It's not just the card you're checking out what's happening. So this one here is the 16 tons. Look at them things just absolutely destroying the city. Once again, all of the citizens are just fine, and then the damage, you'll be able to fix this all up. This is a tentacle vortex, guys. That is basically a little sea creature coming in here and swallowing your building alive. The whole thing gone, goodbye. And I really like the fact that you get the little green hat next to the building, so that kind of shows you what to rebuild. Again guys, when you get hit up too many times, you get a shield and you cannot actually be attacked while the shield is active, but also while the shield is active you cannot be attacking either. In order for you to be able to attack, you need to rebuild all of the buildings. Now that requires getting yourself those resources, so go ahead in preparation stage, get as many resources prepared as possible so you can rebuild and be active in the war, because guess what, rewards are coming for you at the end. Sweet rewards. Isn't that exactly what you want every single time? Rewards is what makes it better. You want to get up there. Well, first of all, you want to get on the leaderboard within your club. You want to be like up there. I'm a pretty competitive person, so I want to be as high up there as possible. So Now, let's check this one out here. This is a shrink wrap, guys. Check it out. Just flies up there and shrinks your building. It don't go nowhere. It just gets shrunk. So you need a little magnifying glass to see it. Oh, what? Just no, not the Eiffel Tower, not the Eiffel Tower, please. I have yet to go to Paris. Don't destroy it before I go and check it out for myself. Now, after I go, you can shrink wrap the Eiffel Tower, but not before I go. DT really wants to see the Eiffel Tower. Have any of you been to Paris, guys? Have you seen the Eiffel Tower? Now, let's check out the Not in Kansas. You probably have a pretty good idea why it is called Not in Kansas. Now, this is a twister. It basically comes in, takes the building whole, and I guess, you know, the irony is that a lot of those do happen in Kansas. Kansas is a state that's really popular in America for the twisters. I have never seen one in real life, but I bet it would be terrifying and amazing to see one in real life. Not that I would want to. I probably would never want to see one in real life. Absolutely, absolutely not. Now, this is a plant monster, guys. Now, how many times did I tell you not to go too crazy on the plant fertilizer? Because when you do, this is what happens. Don't go to crazy on fertilizer. You don't want plants to be swallowing out the building's whole, right? I think we can agree on that. But look at the cool visuals. It literally pops up from under the ground, and let's check it out again. And it just takes the building. Here you go. Nom, 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 nom. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Now, I don't think buildings are very yummy, especially, yes, not the concrete ones. Maybe the wooden ones, you know, because wood maybe is more delicious than concrete, but I would never know because I have never eaten wood or concrete. Now, this one here is the ancient spell, guys. How many of you see this and you're like, ooh, Egypt, the mummy? Really, really beautiful visuals and also quite devastating. Now, one thing I will mention is that there are different classes of disasters. There is an S, there is M, there's L, and extra L or XL. Now, what that means is that they cause different amount of damage. You can imagine the disaster in the S class will cause fewer damage or less damage than disaster in L or XL class. Now, also when you check out the disasters, when you click on it, it tells you how many buildings it'll devastate. And so you can actually, you know, look at that and, oh, no, wait. Let me just go ahead and pause here. This is the fishaster. Fish is being thrown at the base. Now, I don't know how about you guys, but this feels like door-to-door sushi and sashimi delivery. Who wouldn't want that? This is like, you know, this is like a yellowfin tuna being thrown right at your building. I'd take one. I'd take one and throw a little sashimi party. Guys, and now off to the spiders. Now, I don't know how about you, but I was telling you earlier, I'm actually not afraid of spiders. I kind of find them adorable, so it's hard for me to call this a disaster because I feel like if 3 spiders ascended on me or on my building, I would have been like, oh, how cute. Come on, come here, hang out next to me. I had a pet spider in my last apartment that I just refused to kill. And then my friend came to visit and she slapped him with a flip-flop. I was really sad. I don't find spiders so hard to look at. I don't think they're so scary, but I also would not want giant spiders to be eating up my buildings alive. So that's a total different story. Now, this is Vu's robot. And guys, if you play SimCity BuildIt, you know who Vu is. If you don't, he's a bit of a villain. He definitely has, you know, a little dark personality inside him. And what he does is that he sends his robots out there, they destroy your buildings, and then they go back into the Vu lab and basically take more orders from him and go out there and destroy more buildings. Now, I did mention in the beginning, and I want to reassure you guys again, that none of you citizens will be devastated and hurt by these disasters. They're actually going to be just fine, and at the end of the war, you are going to get a reward. Now, guys, rock throwing monster, how adorable is that? But how inconsiderate. Like, nobody wants to, you know, wake up to a building being gone and a giant rock sitting there. But I do love the animations. I think the fact that he comes out straight from the mountain and then throws those rocks is really, really cool. I mean, look at him. Boom. It's kind of like a basketball flying in the air, except for it doesn't go in a hoop. It just crushes a building. That's really harsh. But he's got some skills. He definitely knows how to aim. If that was me, I'm sure I wouldn't hit any of the buildings because I don't know how to throw. I don't know how to catch. I'm not very sporty when it comes to anything ball throwing, guys. So at the end of the war, one of the cool things is that you can actually see the leaderboard. You can see how many points you have gotten as a team together, and you can also see how much you have contributed to the team. As you saw, guys, I came in there in second, and I didn't show you the very first war that I tried. That's because I did not know what I was doing. I didn't do so well, but once I got a little bit of a practice, I figured out which disasters I prefer. Now, all of the disasters cost energy, and I've mentioned that during first 32 hours, the energy regens 1 point every 15 minutes. During last 2 hours of the war, it regens 1 point every 5 minutes. Now, we only had 10 minutes to finish each war, so it's very, very different. Now, therefore, our energy was regenerating a little bit faster, and also what I figured out is that some of the disasters in different classes may cause different amount of damage, and actually some of them have ups and downs in terms of the damage that they'll do and points that you will get, the war points. Now, if you are trying to score a certain amount of points and score higher on the leaderboard for your club, you might want to choose one disaster because it costs fewer elixir and gives you more war points. Now, if you're not really worried about where you're going to place in the leaderboard of your club, and you really just want to contribute to the club, you can have different strategy. Now, this basically is totally up to you which strategy you decide to go with. The best part is that, again, you get to talk to your club members. You can come up with a strategy, and as you are attacking the other club you're going up against, you can actually change your strategy, find out what's working and what's not. So I do want you guys to check it out for yourself, especially if you've played the game before and kind of stopped. I think you should definitely go back and check out the club wars. It should now be live and available for everybody, so go ahead and check it out. If you want to download the game, if you've never played it before, there is a link in description of this video, guys. And guys, again, I want to let you know that this video was sponsored by EA. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched all the way to the end, you know what to do. Smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, DT is out.